Good show today.
That's pretty good, yeah.
Yeah, dude, 9-9. That doesn't mean no in German. Today is
Double nine.
Double Nine Festival. Yeah,
Mhm.
special day that we chose to record today.
Yeah, Dog Moon, Double Nine.
Uh-huh. And played a little bit today. Like we really focused on breaking down a context first, and then we got into a content. So
Right.
yeah, we're playing with structure. See if you guys like it.
Planning. Yeah, good time for planning. Enjoy the show.
Hey guys, this month's edition of Tea Drunk is brought to you by me. I'm serving my chrysanthemum that I grew right here on this property. It's last year's harvest. We're enjoying it this year. I'm using a porcelain gaiwan. I'm brewing at about 190 degrees Fahrenheit. Just doing flash steeps. And this tea has carried us through the evening. Fortunately, it's not caffeinated, so I won't be up all night tonight after drinking tea so late. That's what we're drinking tonight. Wudang West Chrysanthemum Tea. Enjoy your show.
Oh snap! We're started. He always starts like when I don't know he's gonna start. All of a sudden it's just on. I'm like, oh, hey. Oh, I didn't see you there.
Smile. You're on candid camera. So, hi everyone. This is the night moon, a transition moon into winter. It's a dog moon of the young fire variety.
Yeah.
What's our chi node? Is it frost descends, winter begins?
Well, winter begins in 9 days.
Yeah.
So, yeah, like the overlap this time is frost begins is where we are now, and then winter begins in 9 days, and that takes us pretty much close to the end of the moon. So it's mostly the moon itself is mostly about winter beginning, which is not always the case. Sometimes your ninth moon can be more about getting ready for winter to start, but in this case, it's very much like taking us into winter, not just preparing, but taking us there. So the ninth moon in general is about creating the new status quo, right? That's what we rely on once we're in winter. We need a new status quo. So the ninth moon is about taking us into this new status quo.
And what can we say about dogs? My favorite dog story from Ming. Okay, shout out Ming. My favorite dog story is he would talk about the dog that's in the pound. And it's been in the pound for a long time. And it sees that door in the back of the pound that all the old dogs go through and they don't come back through. You know, the dog's realizing that its time is coming up next. And so now there's fear, right? Doesn't know what's on the other side of that door, assumes it's not good, right? And so in that space, here comes the family. And the little boy goes, Mommy, Daddy, that one. And then all of a sudden, this dog jumps to life. Tail is wagging. Immediately, just my full loyalty, everything. I'm your family. I'll protect you.
I've been waiting for you.
Yeah, thank you so much. And then just like jumping and yiping the whole home, just so excited to have a family. But he doesn't know that it's an Asian family. That's not their pet dog. That's dinner.
Whoa, that went dark.
And then so he would tell the story about how dogs, unconditional love, unwavering loyalty, and yet loyal to a fault. And because they're so loyal to their master, they will oftentimes fall to their own demise trying to be a good boy.
Yeah. Yeah. Some dangers in that, for sure.
Yeah.
But I remember the concept of loyalty Ming talked about loyalty. His the thing that he shared that really stuck with me was that loyalty is not about the other person. It's not, we always want to qualify our loyalty by saying this is the most famous teacher, or this is like this person's a good person, right? That we want to qualify why we're loyal by their actions, when in fact, like, loyalty isn't about the other person, it's about you. It's about you having that capacity in your heart to be uh, to have that kind of fidelity or dedication. So that's what I think about when I think about it. So yeah, no, maybe that dog's fate is to. That's really the essence of what dog is. Is that,
Dinner.
well, laying down one's body for something,
Wow.
like being willing to to be born with the capacity to give your life for something larger than yourself. That kind of participation in a continuity. It's it's cherished in almost every human culture. That is cherished. That kind of level of sacrifice for the greater good. Right? So the ninth moon, in part, has that sort of weaved into it.
Speaking of ninth moon,
Yeah.
I just thought about what I'm going to serve you today. Yeah. Ninth moon is the chrysanthemum moon. So I'm going to serve you. This is last year's chrysanthemum harvest.
Little leaf in there, on the side closest to you.
Oh, didn't completely excavate. There we go. These are, I suppose I'll talk about it in our sponsor. Today's sponsor is me.
Chrysanthemum.
These are chrysanthemums that we harvested here last year.
Last year, and you took it off the altar.
Took it off the altar.
Ah.
And so we're going to drink it now. And this chrysanthemum, I don't know the whole story, but apparently there's this Chinese medicine farm up in Petaluma area. You may or may not know of it.
Who knows?
Okay. But the way that I understand it is that there is a prominent Chinese medicine pioneer here in California that smuggled a whole bunch of medicinal herbs from China and then planted and cultivated them here.
I have heard of this, yes.
And so the farm is up in Petaluma, somewhere in the North Bay. And a number of my students have spent time there, have apprenticed there, have cultivated the herbs. And one of my students, Tiana, shout out Tiana. You remember Tiana, right? She brought clippings of a chrysanthemum and put them up on our medicinal mound. That was our very first year here. And so that was in 2021. And so it took a year or two for it to kind of set. But last year, prolific. This year, prolific. We're getting so many chrysanthemums. And this is specifically Chinese medicine.
So is it from that farm?
It's from that farm.
Wow.
Yeah. So this is heirloom Chinese medicine. Granted, clipping clone, right? But this is what we're drinking.
Thank you, Tiana.
Yeah, let me see if I can tell that story succinctly during our sponsorship cue. All right. So we have a dog. We have this quality of loyalty. However, fire.
Yeah, enthusiasm. Lots of enthusiasm.
Okay.
And you can expect maybe some misplaced enthusiasm,
Okay.
given it's sort of forgetting where we are,
Mm-hmm.
right? It's like so patience is required, to be patient with our situation rather than like overly enthusiastic. Right? Would be advised, considering that we're like right on the cusp of winter, and restraint is what's happening. Right? Restraint is closing in. So our enthusiasm can actually be a detriment to some extent. So it's a little bit like walking a fine line, and so your community, I think, would be a good mitigating factor for that enthusiasm. or to understand where to put your one's enthusiasm, or how much, this kind of perhaps going a little bit overboard, with our love and affection and affinity.
I'd be doing
That like and we can talk about the different earthly branches that might be prone to that, sort of love struck attitude.
You want to get left struck right now?
Yeah.
Did smell that.
Uh, that's really lovely.
Isn't that nice?
So yeah, fire element, uh, earth, dog chi is natively earth. So there's no contraindication elementally because fire generates earth, right? So it's the mother of the native elements is this kind of is fire element business. So I don't see it necessarily as so overly self-destructive. That's next moon with the fire pig. But this moon, it just might be like overextending ourselves, like really wanting to accommodate, really wanting to work on well on the behalf of others, and then potentially depleting oneself. So it is, I think, a really good idea to, know your limits, in this ninth moon. And to be honest, like your limits are gonna find you. Um, that is gonna happen. As winter comes in, the sense of restraint is gonna become non-negotiable, much more prevalent in our experience. So it'd be a good idea to figure that stuff out now. So your ninth moon is a little bit of a mixture of the winter to come as well as the autumn that has been. So there's still a kind of some editing that's happening.
There you go, being romantic again, dude.
It's not romance, it's just nature. So there is this kind of experience of you still may have this capacity for editing, in our experience, in the ninth moon. Because essentially, all throughout autumn, you've been declaring, hopefully, instead of accumulation, you've been declaring what's of value and what you'll keep and what you'll leave, right? So this is all boundary setting, and dog chi is like profoundly good at boundary setting. So there may be some opportunity here for more boundary setting, but you should be making setting those boundaries based on the sense of value that you have developed over the autumn. So it shouldn't be a huge surprise. And if it is a huge surprise, it means you've not been cultivating your autumn. You've just been continuing to push forward until you can't anymore. Yeah. So if you haven't been slowing down, the sort of enthusiasm of the ninth moon will like lead you straight into a wall.
Yeah.
And then you have to make those distinctions of value because you're exhausted and sick, right? So this is a time of year where this is cold and flu season.
Yeah.
As we're doing this transition, because there's most of the illnesses affiliated with this time are sort of imbalances in yin and yang, right? So your fluids get disrupted, and so you get sniffles and it may, if it goes full in, then you're in kind of cold and flu territory, right? So, and that's all due to this pushing yang out to the surface when it should be gathering in, because like trees that drops their leaves, all of nature is descending into its roots.
Almost collapsing in.
Collapsing.
Right? More than just gathering.
Yes.
It's like an aggressive.
So the gathering bit is the autumn. Like we're gathering inward because we want all the abundance and we can sort through it, right, and discern what's of value, and then deal with the remainder, right. Once you get to the ninth moon, it's much more non-negotiable, right.
Yeah.
So you do have this kind of collapsing inward. So all of nature is doing this collapsing dance, and it may be pulling the rug out from underneath. So if you're feeling more exhausted, that's because you should be feeling more exhausted. Think of So the each of the moons are sort of analogous. Each of the moons are analogous to the hours of the day,
Yeah.
right? So right now in this moon, it's evening. It's early evening. The hours from 8 p.m. to 10 p.m. every day. That's the chi that's available. So even if it's bright and sunny out, there's a little bit of wind, cold wind happening, because it's taking us toward preparation for rest and sleep. Right? So that's the nature of the chi that's available in this moon, is this kind of like just past twilight. It's not full dark yet, but you know you should be inside.
Wow. It's when here in the Bay we get all those maroons and pinks and purples. And stuff.
Gorgeous. So gorgeous. Yeah, the sunsets are amazing right now.
Nothing like a little pollution.
Right.
Offset
But you know,
it.
get your ass inside. I mean, Chinese tradition isn't particularly fond of sunsets. This is me.
It's me being romantic with you. Okay, so there's a lot of themes here. We have collapsing inwards. We
Right.
have this kind of rising of yang, but no, it'll come back in and down and in, right? There's Junebug.
I hope so.